With the introduction of the Sage 200 Cloud Web Forms, you can now access data and perform tasks on the go using your iPad or tablet device. The web forms can be accessed from the link displayed on the screen now, whilst you use the Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Safari web browsers. But don't worry, I'm not expecting you to memorize that web address, and you should receive it in an email shortly. Once you have the web address, I'd recommend saving it to your favorites on all the devices you'll be using going forward, just to save some time and a little bit of headspace. So once you're on this web page, the first step will be to sign in using your Sage ID. This is the same login that you use to access the desktop app or when logging into the Sage ERP Online Services portal. During the login process, there is a tick box to remember me, which will save the login details to this device so that you don't have to fill them in again next time. But please only use this feature if no one else can access the device, just to maintain the security of your data. After logging in, if you have multiple databases, the web form will then ask which database you would like to access. This menu can be filtered by entering values into the blank box located just above the companies, if you do have many databases. To access the data, simply tap or click on the desired company and then select the Open button over on the right-hand side. Initially, you are welcomed with the Sage 200 Cloud homepage. Now this homepage is getting a little bit of a makeover, so once you have access to the web forms, this welcome area will look a bit different. If you need to change company at any point, you can go to the top right of the screen just here, and then select the option to change company. Now whilst we're up here at the top right, you can also get access to the Sage City just here. And this is a website where you can post ideas of what new features you would like to see in the future. You also can post queries on the website in the forum area, and one of our support agents can get back to you and help you out. Now the other feature there is a what's new, and this area will link you to our new features article, which highlights the latest changes. And then lastly, just up at the top right, we also have a small person icon, and if we click on that icon, we can then log out of the device, which will be important again just to maintain the security of the data. Navigating the web forms is done in a familiar way. We navigate using the menu bar on the left-hand side of the screen. And this menu bar can be made a little bit bigger by selecting the small arrow at the bottom left. Each module will then have its own menu, and some of the options here can be expanded on again to reveal more features, whether that's going to be additional tasks or reporting or inquiry options. The list views are again in a similar format to the desktop app. So this is my customer list with all of my customers displayed in the table. And we can filter this table by selecting the particular columns, or I can use the filter boxes to find certain values from those columns. The horizontal menu bar still exists above the list there, allowing me to check customer data, create new records, process receipts, and a lot more. Say, for example, I was away from my desk, but I get a query about a particular customer, or maybe I'm just curious about a particular detail. I could find that customer from the list, and I could then take a look at their transaction inquiry, which will show me all the transactions put through the system for that customer. Again, the functionality on the screen is very familiar to the desktop app, but the added benefit here is I'm no longer tied to my desktop PC, and I can perform this task whilst I'm out and about. These web forms are coming in September 2020, and initially you will have access to your customer, supplier, and stock control modules when using the web forms. More modules will be added over time, so keep an eye out for more emails or visit the What's New area to check for any updates. This is the start of an exciting transformation here at Sage, and I look forward to you joining us on this journey.